Have you heard about the girl that's going viral on TikTok because she slept with 101 men in one sitting? In one day, I should say.
So today is the day where I get run through by 100 guys.
Her goal was to sleep with 100 men. She searched out for about 200. Many of them dropped off. And at the end of it all, she managed to sleep with 101 men. And now she's made it her life mission to talk about this great achievement of hers. I know that in today's day and age, we do anything and everything possible for clout. But I wanted to dissect what could be happening in that girl's life or in that girl's mind for her to be so proud to disclose the fact that she's laid with 101 men publicly. You get what I'm saying? Because I mean, you know, whatever you do. Live your life, you know. If that's your calling, live your life. But to go and promote it on a platform which allows access to 13-year-olds, I want to understand a little bit more. Also, I'm a mother, I'm a female. There's so many reasons why I want to understand this. So I'm going to dive in. If you haven't heard about this, get ready. My name is Djena. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, if you are new, welcome. Stay a while, grab a snack, and keep coming back. I'm not going to mention her name only because I'm not mentioning her name, but you will see it in the videos that I'm going to post because I'm going to include some excerpts. Apparently she is a mattress actress, and obviously these are the girls that are picking corn in the field. You get what I mean? Corn. Okay, and she probably does OnlyFans. I don't know the ins and outs of her life, but I'm thinking she does something along the lines of OnlyFans, if not OnlyFans. And this is how she makes her money. Her life's slogan now is that she's the girl that laid with 101 men. In every single video, I mean, every opportunity she gets, she reminds us that she slept with 101 men. That has become her brand, basically.
So you might know me as the girl who has been run through by 101 guys all in one day. So on Saturday, I got run through by 101 guys. I went viral for being with 101 guys all in one day.
She's now promoting her next goal, seeing as 101 is not enough, 1,000 men in one go.
Last week I did 101 guys. Now this was just the warm-up because in February I'm going to be the first person ever to reach 4 digits of guys all in one day. Yes, 1,000 guys. Now this is going to be a ticketed event, so make sure you follow for more details. I want you to be a part of this.
I'm not God. I can't judge the girl. You know, if this is what she decides to do with her life, she decides to do with her life. But I have a couple of theories of what I think might have caused her to be this way. So I'm gonna present my theories. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let's get into it. My first theory is that she has either mommy issues or daddy issues. She has some sort of, I don't know, maybe she had an absent parent, or maybe she had a poor relationship with one parent or both of her parents. Maybe something could have happened with her parents. Maybe it was a dysfunctional relationship. Maybe it was an absent relationship that left her with low self-esteem or poor moral judgment or even a destroyed sense of self. She lacked protection, provision, affirmations from her parents. I don't know, these are just my theories. Many of us, if not most of us, have had troubled relationships with parents, but I don't think any of us aim to sleep with 101 men or women in a day to make it better. I don't know, I could be wrong, you know, but I haven't, not yet. My second theory is that maybe there was abuse in her early years, especially sexual abuse. That tends to lead the person to become quite promiscuous in early years or in adulthood, and it leaves a scar mentally and psychologically. So that could have been it. It could have been maybe by a parent or by a person of proximity, you know, maybe a family friend or a family member or anyone really, just some sort of sexual abuse in early years, or maybe not even so early, maybe in early adult years, and that severed her self-belief, her self-worth. My third theory is that this is solely for financial gain. Sex sells. We know that the sex industry is quite successful. So if you dabble into that, the outcome is shmoney. And she's a beautiful girl. She's a beautiful girl. She looks very healthy, beautiful body. So she's going to be successful. She has all the tools. She is her main tool. And I'm sure she earns well. She probably thinks, I don't care what anybody has to say. I'm living my life. No one pays my bills. Let me do what I got to do, you know? So I think many women or many men that goes into this business, when they're earning well, is very hard to look back. You know, there's always that thing of, I'll get until the certain point and then I'll stop. Maybe it started as a means of survival. Maybe she didn't know where her next coin was gonna come from, and she found her way to this industry, and now she is providing a whole new life for her. My next theory is maybe a bad entourage of negative influences. Perhaps she got mixed with the wrong people who encourage her to go into that field. You know, all it takes is one friend to be like, oh, let's try it. Or a boyfriend to say, oh, you know, I think you would be really great at that. You never know, maybe even a family member. Can you imagine? Like maybe her family member did that, you know? All it takes is one person. All it takes is just a little bit, especially when you are young and impressionable. And she's a young girl, so all it takes is for the wrong person to take you to the wrong place and you're stuck. My next theory is social status or the search for fame. Everyone's looking for the next 15 minutes of fame, right? And in today's day and age, we have every means possible to succeed. All you have to do is grab people's attention. You have to shock the masses. And this is a very good way of shocking the population. I'm sure you don't know anyone in your life that has slept with 101 men in one day. So if someone comes out of the wazoo and says, hey, I've laid with 101, you're gonna be like, well, goddamn. That's automatically gonna attract attention, and you get your status or you get your fame. Now, at the end of it all, I don't know if this is the best way that you want to gather fame, because will this fame last you a lifetime? Maybe it won't. Maybe you ride the boat while you can and then you hop off when it's your time to hop off. But I ask myself, would it be worth it at the end of it all? And the thing is, you have to remember, when you put what you put on the internet will forever be on the internet. She can go now and delete all of the videos, but I have these videos, and if I have these videos, I'm sure other people have these videos. You will forever be remembered for this. My final theory is that she genuinely enjoys the D. She genuinely enjoys the activities. Maybe she's a very hyper person. Maybe she's very, you know, she's one of those folks that loves to burn energy, and she likes the newness of new D. And then she is a mattress actress as well. So, you know, but just because you're a mattress actress doesn't mean you have to sleep with 101 men in one go. This is like a mattress actress on crack. This is like next level. Maybe it's like a goal of hers. Like, I'm gonna outdo every other mattress actress out there.
I'm a very ambitious girl. I'm gonna be the first person ever to reach 4 digits of guys all in one day. Yes, 1,000 guys.
So those are my theories as to what could be the reason for this girl to endeavor to fulfill the goals that she's fulfilled so far, and to disclose this to the public. Because I feel like if I was doing this, you know, if I did like OnlyFans, for example, I would say, listen, I do OnlyFans, you know, because at the end of the day, you got to own up your, but what I do in my business is what I do in my business. You don't need to know what it is that I do. You don't need to know the ins and outs of my business. You get what I'm saying? So you wouldn't need to know that. Anyway, these are my theories. I feel like it could be a combination of some or all of these, or some of them. I don't know. What are you guys thinking so far? Do you agree with any of my theories? If you have a different theory, do you want to put it in the comment section down below so we can talk about it? Because I feel like this needs discussion. Okay, now here are my concerns. How will this affect her in the long term? Mentally, psychologically, her spirit? Because when we're young, we think we're invincible. The person I was at 20 something, early 20s, is not who I am today in my 30s. And when I look back at the times where I really thought I knew it all, I think to myself, you didn't. So the decisions and the choices she's making now, how will these impact her livelihood 10 years down the line? When she has kids in the future, how will this impact her kids? And I'm a believer, you know, I'm a Christian, so I'm a believer in soul ties. I also believe deeply in the exchange of energy. I'm thinking, how are these different energies that she's allowed to penetrate her throne, her body, her person? How will these affect her? And then I'm also wondering, is she psychologically all there? You know, like maybe not. I saw that in a lot of comments, people were questioning, but where are her parents? Where's her family? You know, where are her friends? When you think you know what you're doing, there's no one that can tell you otherwise. There's nothing anyone can tell you until you get to that point where you've had enough, or when you awaken. And then it like makes you think, like, I feel guilty for judging the girl, you know? On one hand, I'm thinking, like, has society programmed us to be so anti the sexual nature of humanity? Because I mean, at the end of the day, it is normal. I don't know if 101 men in one go is normal, but to have sex is normal. Has society programmed us to be so negative towards that? You know, because I'm starting to think, like, is it me, Jesus? Is it me? Am I the villain here? Allow me to expand the conversation. I'm here judging, oh girl, but men do much worse, don't they? Do we not as a society congratulate men when they sleep with numerous women? So I suppose technically we shouldn't be so harsh on her, because if it was a man to do it, we'd congratulate him. But I don't think I've ever heard of a man being with 101 women in one day. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, the person doesn't exist. I've just never seen anyone brag about it. But I do know that men who boast about being with numerous women are congratulated. In fact, they're more desired. So should we not judge as a society? Because then that can be considered a double standard. If the man can, then so should she be able to. These are all the things that are going through my mind, because I feel like a bad person because I'm judging this girl. But I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. And I wish like some part of my brain would switch off the judgment, but I can't help it. But then again, like if you look at Genghis Khan, or how you say his name, isn't like most of the population of the planet, like a huge percentage of the population of the planet, descendants of Genghis Khan, because he had that many children, that many interactions with women. So if he can do it, why can't old girl sleep with 1,000 guys? Just not in one day. I think the problem is not the number of men that's killing me. It's the time frame. You know, when you say 101 men in one day, what were you doing for, you know? If she said, I slept with 101 men in the month of September. Okay, all right, well, you had a busy month, girl. You were very active. But I slept with 101 men on September 13th. So what did you do from the 14th to the 30th or 31st of September? You know what I'm saying? Like that. I think it's just the number and in the period of the space of time. No, I think it's just the whole thing. What do you guys think? I'm not divided. I know where I stand. I have to be honest with myself. I stand with the fact that I think this girl is gonna look back at this in one day and she's gonna be very regretful. You know, she might feel like, oh, you know, I'm the only person that pulled it off, or I'm known as, you know, maybe her goal is to be in the Guinness World Record, you know, the Guinness Book of Records, as the woman that slept with most men in one day. And if that's her goal, well, she's almost there. She's gonna achieve it the way that she's carrying on. There are 13-year-olds, 14, 15-year-olds on TikTok. Even if you don't care what society says as a whole, do you not care about how you're affecting these little kids? And you can say like, oh, but I'm not their parent. I don't have to be responsible for what they consume. I remember I did a reaction to a scene on Bridgerton when Penelope was having a good old time with her man. TikTok removed my video because it is a very of explicit nature. So how is it that TikTok is allowing this to rotate? I honestly do not understand. When they removed my video, I was upset, but then I thought about it. I'm like, you know, if my 15-year-old niece went and watch my video will grasp your attention. She'll want to go and watch the scene, and maybe the scene is not appropriate for for her. But this girl sitting here talking, bragging, not even talking, bragging about how she slept with 101 men is allowed on TikTok is beyond me. You know, I wish this girl's family would come forward, or I just wish we had some sort of information. I mean, it's none of our business at the end of the day, but I wish we had some sort of information of how her family feels about all of this. Maybe her family is encouraging her. You know, maybe her family is in the business. Maybe her dad is the cameraman and the mom is the one directing.
So a lot of people believe I don't have a father. My dad is actually stood right in front of me, aren't you, Dad?
I certainly am.
And I have a question for you that many people have asked. What do you think about my work?
I'm more than happy if you're happy, and I know you are happy. And also, both me and your mum are really, really proud of you.
Aww. That's so sweet. Right, guys, there's
and we
your
love
answer.
you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Could not be my child. Ah, God, I'm sorry. I'm trying so hard not to be judgmental. I really am. But I think if that was my child, I would cry. I would die of disappointment, because I would feel like I did something wrong. I failed humanity. I failed society. I failed myself, and I failed my child. For my child to be in a place in life where she is bragging about being with 101 men in one go, I failed as a mother. Take my mothering license away. And then I have another question too, like to you men. If you as a man, how would you as a man handle being with a partner that is internationally known for sleeping with that many men? Can you be with a partner that's been with that many men? That's my question to you. Is that doable? Is that something you would accept as a man? Because, I mean, right now she probably thinks, I don't need a man, or I got a man. Or, you know, maybe she has a man beside her. But for how long can a man be happy being with a woman that is known? Because she's known, you know, she put herself out there. So eventually the whole world will see her face. They will know this girl slept with 101 men in one day. She's now aiming to sleep with 1,000 men in one day. There are only 24 hours in the day. How are you going to make that work? Every man's going to get 0.24 seconds or milliseconds? I don't even, in and out, in and out, in and out. How are you aiming to do this? I would love to see the itinerary. How are you going to fit in everybody? I don't know. I can't help but feel like no one is going to respect this girl. Like she's digging a grave for herself. People will smile in her face. People will be like, oh yeah, you're that woman that slept with 100, you know, you're that woman that, you know, but internally, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could just be me, but I truly feel that no one's gonna respect this girl. My child still doesn't have a phone. He's 10 years old. He still doesn't have a phone. And when he has a phone, best believe I'm gonna be monitoring everything he has access to. And I do not care. I know that we have to let our kids be kids, blah, 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 blah. And we have to trust that we lead them in the right direction. Yeah, okay, I'll let him do his thing. But best believe I'm gonna be checking that phone. I know that there comes a point in a mother or in a parent-child relationship where the parent no longer has control. You have to open your hands and let your child be themselves. But us parents, we set the baseline ethics, morals, principles. We instill these in our children. So if my child wakes up at 20-something and decides that, yeah, they want to promote sleeping with 101 men and potentially 1,000 men in one day, I would feel like, well, what kind of morals did I instill in her? What kind of ethics? What principles? Well, what in me told her that that's okay? I can't help to feel though that something isn't right. The thing that drives me crazy as well is that when you speak to most sex workers, they will express some sort of disdain or disgust or disappointment for that lifestyle, for that industry. Most of them will tell you that they did it because they had to. It was a method, it was a means of survival. There is a woman called Gwyneth Montenegro. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of her. She claims to have slept with 10,000 men. She worked as a sex worker for 12 years. This woman had her drink spiked in a club when she was 18. And the people who spiked her, they, in a sense, kidnapped her. And she was gang by 6 to 8 men. She doesn't remember how many exactly because obviously she was out of it. And after that happened, it it punctured her self-worth. It punctured her self-belief and her self-esteem. She felt that she was unworthy of anything, and it led her down a very promiscuous rabbit hole. And then the prospect of earning £1,000 or $1,000, I don't even remember where she was, for 1 hour's work lured her into that business. And for 12 years, she worked in that. You know, she was able to charge very high amounts for her services. And as she says, I'm going to quote this: "Once you've been paid for sex once, you can't take it back. I just found I was able to compartmentalize and switch my feelings off because I already felt dirty." So there was an underlying problem there. You get what I'm saying? I don't think this woman would come on camera today and brag about the fact that this is what she does for a living. This is obviously something that affected her mentally. Yeah, okay, it gave her money. It maybe changed her life financially. She was able to elevate and to provide a better life for herself and for her kids and for those around her. But at what cost? You know, at what cost? Your dignity, your self-respect. You know, at the end of the day, this woman probably now looks back and she's like, I hate that it happened, but at the same time, you know, it happened. But old girl is parading around the socials like this is the next best business venture to go into. That's the thing that's killing me. I don't know. But then again, there was also that lady who turned 40 and slept with 40 men on her birthday. Y'all remember that? The one that went on that show, was it Good Morning Britain or something? And she sat there on the couch talking about how for her 40th birthday, she wanted to sleep with 40 men. And the guy from the show was like, were you able to walk after that? And my girl was like, you know, I was a little sore, but I made it do what it do. And I had a great day. I had a great day. And after that, me and my husband, we had drinks until the early hours of the night.
And on your 40th birthday, you set yourself a challenge, which was that you would sleep with 40 men in one day.
That was my birthday present for myself.
I'm surprised you could walk after that.
A bit of a sore back, but no, it's fine.
And did you afterwards think, you know, what am I doing?
No.
No.
I had the most fantastic day. Afterwards, me and husband sat there then, having a drink.
What? What? So if for her that's normal and that's 40, that's almost halfway through what old girl did, then maybe for that lady, she might look at this young lady and say, oh, she's my idol. You know, if I was still young like her, that's what I would ambition to do. You know, I'm trying to see the other side, because I feel like if I just see it from my side, it's going to be biased, obviously, because I'm very against it all, and I'll just see it negatively from the get. So I'm trying to understand the mentality of someone who does that. You know, so I'm just thinking that 40-year-old lady, the older lady, she's probably like, you know, maybe she would try to meet this girl and be like, let's be friends forever. Let me mentor you. At the end of it all, I'm sitting here joking, but I truly worry for this girl's well-being. I truly worry for her mental sanity. I worry for her well-being. I worry for her well-being. She has a video where she said that she was in Miami, and if I'm not mistaken, she was in Miami by herself. She went out partying. She ended up in some rich person's yacht, was there all night, and then they took her home the next day. Like, and this is something that she came on TikTok to brag about.
I wish I could put the videos in from last night. They're actually hilarious. But I might be naked in most of them. It was so funny. I ended up on a yacht. I was on someone's boat in the ocean, which was just so fun. I met these guys who were really hot, and one of them was with their girlfriend, so I felt kind of safe. And they were like, we've got a yacht. They said yacht, I said yes. And they left me I'm pretty sure one of them brought me back to the hotel room.
Do you understand how dangerous that behavior could be? How differently that story could have been? You could have ended up at the bottom of the ocean. You could have been trafficked. Luckily for this girl, that night ended out well. But for you to go on social media and talk about this in a braggadocious way, do you understand the kind of danger that can lead someone who is trying to follow in your footsteps into? Imagine a young girl saying, oh, I'm gonna live my life like this influencer because she is my dream. Goes and follows somebody into a yacht or into whatever, and then doesn't come back. This girl is over here promoting this lifestyle, promoting these reckless activities. That's the thing that kills me. I feel like maybe someone who is for this kind of lifestyle, someone who doesn't see a problem with it, might think, yeah, well, you know, she's grabbing the bull by the horns. You know, she's the master of her own fate. But at the same time, I think it's a bit selfish to promote this lifestyle. No one's saying for you not to do what you're doing. Do what you're doing, but be careful of where you're promoting this. And I know I'm contributing to her fame. I know I'm contributing because now I'm talking about this, and if you come across this video, you're gonna get curious, you're gonna go to TikTok, you're gonna go look up her content. But I just had to talk about it. I think that can be very dangerous if it falls in the wrong hands. That's why I care so much. I don't necessarily care about what she does for her job, because if that's how you make your money, sis. But don't promote these reckless lifestyle, these reckless activities to people who can potentially be negatively impacted by it all. I wish her all the best. I hope she's keeping herself safe. One thing I will say though that I was happy to see is that she uses condoms.
How many condoms I have.
But then as a woman, I think, how is your coochie feeling? You must have Diddy levels of lubrication to be able to maintain this, to sustain these activities that you're doing. Cause my coochie, the rubber is hard to be with one partner. Imagine numerous. I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this. Is this the new norm, or are you flabbergasted by this all? I am. I am. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am. But let's talk about it in the comment section down below. Let's try to keep it respectful, but I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jenna. I'm signing out, and I will catch you in my next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye.